We have seen people out protesting in the streets, shoulder to shoulder, some wearing masks, others not. We've seen people going back to eat at their favorite restaurants. Many folks are going back to work. Some will work from home. Others don't have a job to go back to. Coming out of this pandemic and the protests, things have changed. So now, how do we cope with our not so normal? And how do we get back on track? Well, Dr. Wayne Pernell is joining us this morning. It's a whole new world outside our door than the one we left when we started our quarantine, Doc. And you actually have some good news for us. This might be a good opportunity for all of us to make some positive changes.
It really is, Jamie. This is the time that, if you've noticed, you're not the same person that you were how many weeks ago, 3 months ago, right? So look, if you look at your life, you're not the same person that you were, 20 years ago, 10 years ago, 2 years ago. And if you really examine it, you're not even the same person you were 2 weeks ago or even yesterday. And that is the good news, that we can choose to be in control of who we are and who we're becoming. And we've learned so much about ourselves being in this space of shutdown or lockdown, right? So
yeah, we were stuck with ourselves. So really a lot of time to reflect and decide, do I really like me? And what do I like about my life? What do I not like? Tell me about how we can really take this time to take stock of how we want our lives to look as we re-enter, because we don't have to go back to everything that we did before.
No, in fact, this has been a great time to really examine, redefine what works for you. What are your values now? We've had a chance to be with ourselves. And for some people, I'm working with executive leaders across the country, and they're saying things like, I'm finding time for myself. I'm finding I didn't like the pace I put myself at. It's incredible, right? So what pace do you like? What is your new normal? The other thing that happened for us is that we got to a space where before the pandemic, before the shutdown, we would get up, we'd do a morning routine, we'd go off to work, we'd be a different person at work, we'd come home, we would be a different person at home, we'd go out in the community. All those roles were so different. Now we had this blended role, and we have to get so much done during that time. We're at home exercising and taking care and cooking and taking care of the family, and we're also working from home, and we're also trying to be in the community responsibly, and all of that is happening all at once. Well, it gives us a chance to take a look at, how do we manage that? What's working for us? And so we've redefined our roles, we've redefined the pace that we like. And I think that's really important, that we're in a space of what I call a dynamic transition. What values do you hold now? And whatever you are doing now, basically you're sowing the seeds for tomorrow, which shows up a month or two from now.
A lot of people did a lot of learning during this time. They were learning how to bake their own bread. They were gardening. Now with the Black Lives Movement, people are learning about African American and American history. And we are coming out of this with opportunity to be new people.
Yes, it's so important, right, to expand. Learning is an ongoing process. And so really understanding that if you've taken the time to do that, you're better for it. And so what are you building into your life now that you didn't have time or choose to take time to do before? This is huge, Jamie. It's a big, big opportunity for all of us.
So what's the biggest thing you learned, Doc?
I actually changed my routine. I've begun exercising more. I'm also building a brand new keynote. So I'm basically strategizing my day so much differently. It's great. It's really wonderful how much I can do sitting right here in my home studio.
I know. Isn't that nice? It really has been kind of nice. I didn't realize how much I liked being at home. I don't think I ever really was before. And so I'm really enjoying just the value and the sanctuary of my own space.
Right. Exactly, Jamie. It can be a sanctuary. We looked at it like, so much has been taken away from us. We're losing our freedom to go out. We're losing our freedom. And the truth is, we were never in lockdown. It wasn't that, right? We were shut down. We were told not to go out. We still had different freedoms that we could take advantage of. And we still do. And now's a great time to continue to reflect. What are you doing for yourself financially? What are you doing for yourself in your relationships? What are you doing for yourself for your health? What are you doing for yourself spiritual even? It's a really great time to take stock of who are you, and more important, who do you want to be?
Dr. Wayne Pernell, I see several books behind you, so you can look them up on Amazon if you want to get some of his books and do some reading, something we never had time for before. Doctor, thank you so much. We appreciate you.